Ladies and gents, welcome in to our Soccer Saturday feature match. It is Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. We are not too far away from the kickoff here. Just getting things all in readiness. Great to see everyone back here, whether you're on Assist or on YouTube. It's great to have you guys here with me for this big matchup. There's a minute applause going on here. I'll just try and center this camera off and get everything cooking, but we're almost ready to go. Just a minute's applause going on here. Nearly ready to go here. Minute silence, or minute applause, sorry, has been acted on. All right, we are ready to go here from the City ground. It is City and it is Nottingham Forest on the City ground. This one is going to be a good one. City in some great form. It's a great start here, though, as Forest get through with Igor Jesus and Ruben Dish from the start there, sliding in. Whether you're joining me on Assist or on YouTube, welcome in Soccer Saturday. I haven't had one of these ones for a long time. The audios are walking this time around. Here's Savona, broken up there by Bernardo Silva. Synced up here and ready to go. Do think it's going to be a game that City, well, they'd have to lose it in my estimate. I think they've been very good this season. Great turn of form in recent weeks. They're obviously playing that change strip. Grey with the almost highlighty yellow. Going from right to left, and Forest in the traditional red strip from left to right. It's going to be very important for Forest, their structure at the football. Sean Dyche, all about pragmatism. Absorbing pressure and capitalising on key moments. For City, it's all about injecting some pace into their game. The likes of Rayan Cherki, who's picked up 6 assists since November, the most in any of the top 5 leagues, alongside Phil Foden, who's been the ever dynamic, ever creative in recent times, with goals and assists coming very easily. Will be the focuses for City. Get them on the football, let them create. And you know, you got the big Norwegian up top. He is always going to be dangerous. And ball there against Igor Jesus. Let me know your score predictions, guys, in the comment section. quickly with the lineups. Donnarumma, O'Reilly, Nunez, Vardiol and Diaz. So nothing changes for City. In midfield, Bernardo Silva, Nico Gonzalez, Tajani Reinders back in the starting 11 as well. And then Ryan Shirky, Phil Foden play behind Erling Haaland. And for the home side, it's John in goal, Nico Williams and Savona, with Murillo and Milenkovic to two centre-halves. They've got a big game ahead of them. Anderson and Dominguez, the normal midfield combination with Gibbs, White, Hudson-Odoi, Amari Hutchinson. As I mentioned a few times, Igor Jesus leading the line today. Ball just skidding away from Nico O'Reilly. Out for the Forest throw. But a bright start for the Citizens. Been on the front foot. Really keeping Forest penned in here on this quite strange Saturday in the Premier League. With no one playing outside of United and Newcastle on Boxing Day. We've got a whole bunch of fixtures on today. But a chance for City, maybe just for 3 hours, to go top of the Premier League. Ahead of Arsenal and Brighton later this evening. Should be an entertaining lunchtime fixture though. Nottingham Forest have had a good recent record against City. City in some of the best form of the Premier League outside of Aston Villa. Good win there by Vardiol against Morgan Gibbs White. Here comes City now with Ruben Diaz. So you expect probably 65% possession plus. They have been a high possession side so far this season, but they have been a team, obviously under Pep Guardiola, can dictate the game. And we know Nottingham Forest are very, very pragmatic. They will sit in. They will absorb. They'll be very defensive. Crossfield pass, finding Mateus Nunez. Now Ryan Shirky. Can he set another one up? That clearance poor. But the touch off Mateus Nunez out. And the Forest goal kick. Changing net, obviously, no Matt Sells joining goal. Big news, obviously, the team news is Rodri back on the City bench. And if he has even 3/4 of what he was doing those 2 seasons ago, well, City are in for a big season. As I said, they can go top today with a big victory. Albeit, maybe only for a few hours. Tess Nunez past one, but not past the second challenge. And Dominguez can hook away, only as far as Nico Gonzalez. And City get back on the ball here with Donnarumma. Been impressed so far this season what City have done. Maybe if we're going to be critical, a sluggish start, but the last 3 months, they've been really, really solid. The lead up into Christmas, October, November, and December. Really consistent football. There was a little blip in there, but what City do so well is that they might have one bad performance, but they're going to back it up with 3 good ones. And they've got enough victories against those teams really low down the table that in the past haven't quite picked up those results. I think back to the Leeds United performance only a few games ago. Leeds were very impressive, but they picked up the victory there. A couple 3-0 victories in recent times, but they haven't played their best football. And when City start doing that and stringing together results, that's when they look at their very best. Here comes Amari Hutchinson. A rare flurry forward for Nottingham Forest. Well, back to Savona. He's really earned his spot in this Forest side as a right back in the absence of Olorane at the start of the season, but now has made it his own. Really accomplished fullback coming across from the Serie A. Speaking about accomplished, Elliot Anderson has been superb this season. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Been a bit of a heartbeat in the attacking final third. What's a ball in? Oh! And Gibbs White had a tap in if you could get a touch on it. There was 2 of them there, Igor Jesus and Morgan Gibbs White, but no one can get that pivotal touch. And look, this is where they get dangerous. Look, I think Igor Jesus may be offside, but if Morgan Gibbs White gets a touch, he's definitely on. Late run in. Superb whip on that ball. But no touch for Morgan Gibbs White. Pivotal moment missed. What was that? There's that chance again. Great whip on it. I don't think Donnarumma had much of a chance if anyone got a touch on that. That's the threat, though, Forest can pose in this game here. Chances be hard to come by, you think. City have looked much better without the football this season when they have in the past. Ball squeezed out Savannah's direction. He'll reset this one back. It's the feet of Milenkovic. Foden and Tajani Ryan is pressing in. Ryan has got a touch. That was a pivotal touch because it puts Savannah under pressure. And the throw is taken quickly to Bernardo Silva. And here comes Ryan Shirky. Penalty shouts. He's down. Having again discomfort. Just a brain fade here for Nottingham Forest. No one reacts. Quick throw. In the end, Milenkovic gets a very important touch. Was it Ryan Shirky off his own boot in the end? Jones having a chatty with Bernardo Silva. Just hearing that Madley is the VAR. Nothing doing, says the referee in the VAR room. Oh, we've got a delay here on my screen. Back live now. Ball squeezed forward. Dealt with by Josko Vardiol and out for a Forest corner kick. Their first of the game. To the pleasure of those Forest fans. Tamari Hutchison, left-footed in-swinger. A lot of bodies back there crowding the 6-yard box. It's deep. Dealt with by Ruben Diaz. Donnarumma momentarily on the ground. Fighting with a great take. One back, though, by Elliot Anderson. Could be a look forward to the England World Cup squad there. As the rain comes tumbling down here at the City ground. It's out for a City throw. Bernardo Silva hooking up into that Nottingham grey sky. Take by Ryan Shirky, wins a throw. But so far, Nottingham Forest have posed more problems than I thought they would in the whole 90 inside the opening 13 minutes here. They have been a bit of a bogey team for City in the past few seasons. This ground is always a tough place to travel to. No matter how much form you're in, no matter how poor form Forest are in, they'll always play well in front of their home fans. O'Reilly, wasteful, wins it back though of Hutchinson. Nico Gonzalez back to Josko Vardiol. City restart. The pressing though has been impressive for Forest. They've sprung when they need to, they've sat in when they've had to as well, and they've really not allowed City much momentum inside the opening quarter of an hour. The fans respond. They're in good voice today. Saturday lunchtime. No reason not to be. Let's go Vardiol now. Great pass in between the lines. Foden looking to squeeze the ball on Erling Haaland, but Murillo read it early. The Brazilian reacted quickly. Broke up what could have been a very, very dangerous move. Great take from Josko Vardiol. Nico Gonzalez under some pressure. Can play out of that. Here is the Spaniard. Momentarily that ball was loose, but here's the feet of Mateus Nunes. And what a game, and I guess what a turnaround for Nico Gonzalez. We were doing a live stream of City Forest last year, and I was talking about how disappointed I was he hasn't gotten going in a City kit. Seems like now he's finally found his spot. In the extended absence of Rodri, who's back on the bench today, he's getting more consistent and more involved. So all credit to the Spaniard and that. There, a bit of commentator's curse on that one. Poor delivery. Great win there by Diaz at the feet though of Morgan Gibbs-White. This is where Forest can look dangerous with Savannah. And that's behind Amari Hutchinson. Really, really heavy rain now. Well, that's short from Diaz, and Gonzalez under pressure. Diaz now puts Vardiol under pressure. And the City centre-half is really overcomplicated there. With a pep style for look at Ryan Shirky's feet. Fabulous movement. Advantage played. Foden now. City with 70% of the ball. They come forward once more. Nico O'Reilly into the channel to Tijani Reinders. There's Bernardo Silva in the edge of the area. Left side now. Tijani Reinders. A bit of Nico Gonzalez. There was Nunez at the back stick there making a run. It's Bernardo Silva. Sets it back for Gonzalez. Shirky. Reinders just tried the dummy. And then Savannah gets it out of play. So far just the one shot for City. Close few chances though for Nottingham Forest. We've seen it. City 125 passes and the 70% possession. They've had the control over most things, but it's when they're not in control is where the biggest chances have come. And those biggest chances have fell the way of Nottingham Forest. Had a push and shove in there, but Nunez heads it out of play. Maybe a Forest throw again. Maybe just with these swirly, wet conditions, it might take away from City's control and their style of football. Great turn from Morgan Gibbs-White. He's away from one. Numbers in the box. It's Hudson at the back stick. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Sets it for Nico Williams. Dominguez now. Now with Savannah. Looking at Hudson, the former Ipswich man. One way the next. Ball in. Dealt with by Ruben Diaz. Repelled as far as Elliot Anderson. Thomas. And this attack here is high for Forest. Hutchinson again. Rolls it back to Elliot Anderson. Great ripped in ball. It's fell in their box. Not really dealt with by City. Haaland back to do some work. Nico O'Reilly. Winning a throw off Milenkovic. But those Forest fans, they'll be very happy. Right start here for them. And they're just attacking in some waves. Really have been quite good today in terms of when they've gone to press. They've pressed as one. This is almost reminiscent of the Nuno days. Great battle in there. Falls away of Foden. Bernardo Silva just hoiks for green grass. Now we'll skid on to Jean at the back. He goes to Milenkovic. And he also sends it up there. Vardiol's done well to get rid on the volley. There is a sense here, though, for City. They need to be switched on because Forest are coming. The ball's at the feet of like Elliot Anderson and Savannah and Hudson-Odoi. You're in some trouble. Here's John. That's a poor goal kick. Foden. Forest 2 wins out of the last 5. City 5 on the bounce coming into this one. As it currently stands, they wouldn't close... They would, close the gap. They wouldn't go ahead of Arsenal at the table. Great ball in there to Tajani Ryan. A bit of space opens up for him. Try to feed the ball into the path of Phil Foden. That was asking too much. But City have now twice on occasions found that little pass between the lines and it's opened things up for themselves. It's a poor clearance. Straight to Nico Gonzalez. Rayan Cherki feeds it. Erling Haaland. Blocked by Milenkovic. And that's how quickly City can move from defence to attack. It's a poor clearance from Murillo. You've got to be sure if you're getting rid against Man City. And that pass, well weighted from Cherki to get onto Haaland's left foot, which can be oh so dangerous. But Murillo's partner, Milenkovic, making up for his mistake. So over 20 minutes played, still 0-0, but had entertainment at both ends. High tempo to the start of this lunchtime fixture. You can often get sluggish starts with his midday kickoffs, but both his teams running off that turkey, and they're at the races for minute 1 here. Diaz. Mateus Nunes had a really good run of form recently and has responded to myself and many others' criticisms of him at fullback. Really poor the last sort of 18 months until the start of this season where he's really made that right back spot his own. And it's with movers lead, it's a great little back heel. And Foden has to pull down Nico Williams. That's a Hudson-Odoi getting cleaned up in the process as well. This fan's not happy. That late challenge there, but a quick look forward to this crazy Saturday of football. Arsenal, Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Burnley, Everton, Liverpool, Wolves, West Ham, Fulham, all up next in the afternoon fixtures. And then in the evening, the big one, Chelsea and Aston Villa from Stamford Bridge. I've said United beating Newcastle last night, 1-0. Sends the Reds into the top 5. Oh, that ball's falling the way of Foden, who's found Rayan Cherki and space to gallop into. He wants Haaland. Doesn't quite get it there. Great challenge from Nico Williams. And now Forest can come on the counter. Hudson-Odoi galloping forward. That ball looking for Gibbs White again, though. Asking a lot. One back from the City midfield. Nico Gonzalez had himself a game. Let's go Vardiol. I think City are just upping a gear here. And so are the Nottingham Forest fans shouting, "Come on, you Reds." They want more from their team. Trying to be a little bit too precise in the build-up last few times. And City have penned them in. Here's Ruben Diaz. Now both City centre halves beyond the halfway circle. Forest, though, compact. It's the Croatian Vardiol. Foden with a chance to turn. Murray Hutchinson accompanies him. Reinders, we know he can make the impossible happen. We saw it at AC Milan so many times last season. Champions League, Serie A. He is that midfielder that has that spark. He has that goal threat and that goal nouts. He can just find a way to break a game open. So look to him to try and be a difference maker as this game grows deeper. It's Nico Irani, who himself has goals in his game. Great pass to find Phil Foden. The cutback for Haaland. Broken up by Murillo. Reinders. A searching ball for Matas Nunez at the back stick, but just with the greasy conditions, skidded on too far from the Portugueseman. That's a few times we look at this highlight back of Ryan Shirky looking for Erling Haaland, but they're always forcing it to the big Norwegian. It's twice now Shirky and once for Phil Foden. Take the shot on. They're both in fantastic form in terms of setting up the big Norwegian, but it might require one of them to stand up today and find the pivotal goal, because once one goes in, you feel like the floodgates may open. I predicted a 3-0 result, and I will stand by that, because if or when City score first, you just feel like it's going to be one-way traffic. That possession still in the 70s for City, like I predicted earlier. But Forest will be fine with that. They'll look to maximise their limited opportunities on the ball. And you see them with the attempts. 2 for City, 1 for Forest. They'll be fine having a third of the chances with a third of the ball. I just want to be more clinical with their opportunities. And that's just a careless challenge for Nico Gonzalez. And now, interest from Elliot Anderson. I wouldn't be surprised yet. Gibbs White's there as well. They want to whip this ball into a dangerous spot inside the box there. Murilo Milenkovic, Igor Jesus, all taking a key interest in this ball in. Massive game for Forest. They need to keep that distance ahead of West Ham in the relegation scrap. Here's a Murray Hutchinson, left-footed ball in. Dealt with by Diaz. Not dealt with by Nico O'Reilly in that little toe punt over the crossbar by Dominguez. Another great little whip there from Murray Hutchinson. That's poor from and careless from Nico O'Reilly. Has to make sure on a wet, greasy day you get rid. Today's not the day for precision. It's about being assured. Sitting the style of football they play, you can be caught being too cute on the football. Here is Josko Vardiol. Nico O'Reilly. City have looked better when attacking in his left-hand channel. Savona, an accomplished fullback, but has been exposed here by O'Reilly and the late Phil Foden running that channel. We know how tight the two City technical wide men are in behind Erling Haaland. Almost playing as 2 number 10s. And now Nunez and O'Reilly the width. Speaking of, his ball in, dealt with. Anderson. Inside of his own box and works that ball up the pitch. 2-on-1 for Jesus to deal with. And he's done very well. And that's a foul. That'll be a yellow card for Josko Vardiol. Winning that. No yellow card from Rob Jones. Very well done there for Miguel Jesus. Uses his body. Holds Vardiol off, and then when he pulls him down, you think that has to be a yellow card. Maybe Josko Vardiol got Rob Jones a Christmas present because he's done him a solid there. Murillo over this ball here. You know, he likes to thunders balls in, so this could be a low-driven type of free kick. It's a diagonal. Looking for his centre-back partner. Dealt with in the end, and Foden just hoiks. And City can reset. It's Bernardo Silva pressing up the pitch here, accompanied by Haaland. Off the ball once again, won by Igor Jesus. He's doing the grunt work up there. Here comes the Murray Hutchinson. Savona on the outside. Dealt with by Josko Vardiol and had to be. Sean Dyche applauds, and so he should, because his team are putting in the hard yards here. And it's led by Igor Jesus. He wins a 50-50 ball. Hutchinson there on the outside, Savona. That ball was destined for Morgan Gibbs White. If the Croatian didn't get rid of that one. For a second corner. Hutchinson's second chance to deliver. Another pack 6-yard box. Donnarumma's normally quite accomplished in these situations. Bob Jones doesn't like the pushing and shoving. Murray Hutchinson. Anderson, poor delivery. Not dealt with though. Second ball, one. Third ball, one back by Murillo. So City stay penned in for the time being. Eagle Jesus drifted out wide right. Just Forest keeping the ball here. Approaching the half-hour mark. That lofted ball looks good from Anderson. Hutchinson has to do good work to keep that ball in play and then wins a corner off Mataz Nunes. Another chance for the wire man to deliver something from this corner kick. Up they come again. The cavalry will arrive. Forest doing some great work here in this first half. Once again, crowded box. Donnarumma and Milenkovic tussling. Now it's kicking off. Donnarumma just pleading his case, saying he's pushing me first. I think it's a fair argument because Milenkovic had no eye on the football. O'Reilly has to go with him every single step of the way. Dominguez now in charge of occupying the big Italian. Delivery poor though from Dominguez. Hutchinson, sorry. But the brightest Forest display we've seen in recent times. And a real good start here. Recent wings versus Forest Wolves in the Premier League in the last 5 games. It's a different kettle of fish though. Here's Nico O'Reilly. Seems to be good when it goes through him. Ruben Diaz now. O'Reilly into the feet of Phil Foden. He has to swivel. And yeah, Milenkovic smashed that off him. A play for the Forest throw. Deitch barking orders. But his barking has been good. They have been very impressive so far in this one. Ball here to Nico Gonzalez. Can City get back in control of this one? Just sort of gotten away from the last 4 to 5 minutes. A move from Reinders. Broken up Elliot Anderson though, and no surprises there. He's that sort of player. Shirky. Bounce around there, back to Rain Shirky. Great little one-touch stuff. Foden has a chance now. It's Phil Foden. Well blocked from Milenkovic again. Seems to be always be in the way right now. Murray Hutchinson releases that into Elliot Anderson's feet, and he plays beautifully to Eagle Jesus. And that's a foul from Guardiola. And frustration kicks the ball away, and that could be his booking. Once again, though, Eagle Jesus has caused all sorts of problems. Some time on the war, say. Scavadio. Flailing arm. And hand to the eye. Jesus had a hell of a start to this one. There he is again, holding the ball up. Winning another foul. This time of Ruben Diaz. Once again, the City centre halves are complaining with Rob Jones. And there's a yellow card for Ruben Diaz. So Diaz, yellow card. Vardio probably on his tightrope. They're under pressure at City. After a real bright start, it's been not quite backs against the wall, but ugly scrap since that point in time. It's a Murillo free kick. You never know if he's going to go for goal from these. And then sprays that one to Amari Hutchinson. His first touch has been fabulous today. In and out move. Lays the ball back to Elliot Anderson. Great little reverse ball for Savona. Just out of his length. And Erling Haaland back once again defending. The City fans love that. Chanting the big Norwegian's name. Need to get going though, City. Just like they went from gear 1 to gear 4, then back into gear 2 almost. They've allowed Forest right into this game. They've probably been the better of the two sides in the last 10 to 15 minutes now. Got to refine that tempo, that passing movement. Not giving the ball away like that. Gives White, great little touch around the corner. Eagle Jesus as well. He's been a thorn in the City defence side so far in this first half. Just under 8 minutes to go, plus stoppages. Anderson to Savona. What's the Italian got? Dealt with by Vardio. Nico O'Reilly. Now there's Johnny Reinders, and City will play out like they always do. Great pressing from Forest, and that O'Reilly ball has bounced off Foden out of play. Good season this year, Nico O'Reilly, but this will be a real test for him, the way that Amari Hutchinson is playing in a one-on-one situation. And the belief in the City grounds is growing up a level as well. Great ball in for Nico Williams. No one on the end of it, though. I think someone has to make a run across the 6-yard box there. Attack that ball into the box. Make something happen. But nothing doing there for Forest. There you go. Last 10 minutes, Forest 55% of the football. They've grown into this game. They've grown in belief. O'Reilly. And Anderson comes charging in. You really got to think he is the man for the World Cup for England. The way he's playing his football this year. Another poor clearance, so Bernardo Silva. Here's Ryan Shirky. Another block again. Nunez takes it on. Another block again. Now what could Forest do? Great turn from Igor Jesus. All ball, says the referee. Mateus Nunez getting back to cover. Great ball to the feet of Foden, who can turn. And away from Anderson. Now on to... There's Ryan Shirky there. Foden. Reverse ball. Tijani Reinders. It's Shirky. It's Haaland. It's Foden. It's blocked. Hooked back in. Bernardo Silva looked on. Nico Williams heads away. He clean up his own work. Murillo hooks. Jesus does well. The referee says to get up. Only my man didn't see a foul in that stadium then. That was Rob Jones. To the disgust of the City fans. I think physical with him, the City defenders. Igor Jesus has had their number so far in this matchup. Diaz. City just turning up the wick here. Gonzalez. Crossfield pass. Great take from O'Reilly. The cross, however, was poor. Much better delivery needed to get past this Forest back line than that. Ruben Diaz, great little ball in to Shirky. Now around the corner to Tijani Reinders. Lay off to Bernardo Silva. It's a great looking ball. Away by Murillo though. Forest staying strong. Diaz gets to that one there. Bernardo Silva. And with Gonzalez. Forest needed some good defending here, and that's done well there by Savona. That's a free kick against the left back. Listen back. Milenkovic's crossfield pass. That is a great ping. Oh, it's a great nick there from Ryan Shirky. Haaland with a little back heel. And that's a cynical challenge from Anderson, who gets the piece of yellow. He's complaining. I don't know what he's complaining about. He knew what he was doing. Took out Ryan Shirky. Murillo has a piece of him as well. Another big discussion needed with the referee here. But now their most important player has a yellow card, and now he has to just tiptoe for the rest of the game. Sean Dyche pointing to his head saying, got to focus, got to stay locked in here for the final 2 minutes plus stoppages. Because this is when City can cause some problems. And now got an advantage in the centre of the park with the best player on the pitch probably with a yellow card. Rightio. David Ruben Diaz. And Nunez. City just establishing some control here. Rightio. With O'Reilly. With the final seconds of first half regulation time. Probably thinking 3 minutes or so to be added on, but not much more than that. Guardiola will be thinking in the half-time interval how we can get this team just humming once more. The other side of things, though, Sean Dyche will be very happy. The creative threat of Amari Hutchinson and Callum Hudson-Odoi. The physicality and hold-up play of Igor Jesus. The control midfield from Dominguez and Anderson. And the blocks from Milenkovic and Murillo. Not many have put a foot wrong if you're wearing red to the first 45 minutes. So we're into stoppages now. And a single minute to be added on. Just over half a minute now to go to we wrapped up the first half. Started at a high tempo, slowed down a little bit. It's been entertaining nonetheless. Gibbs White. Can't imagine any team will try and risk something now this late into the first half. Gibbs White, Hutchinson. Great looking go. Ends up with Savannah. Disrupted there. Foden trying to get away, but controlled in the end by Morgan Gibbs White. That should take us to half time. There we go. First half wrapped up. 0-0. It's probably been a 0-0 type game. Limited chances at either end. Couple half chances for Nottingham Forest. No shot on target as of yet. But they probably look the most dangerous of the two sides here. City had a brighter of the two teams start. They got the better run in the first quarter of an hour. But since then, it's been a real scrap for the last 30-odd minutes. City have had moments. Forest have had moments as well, but nothing really clear-cut as of yet. At the interval, it'll be Sean Dyche and Forest going in the happy of the two sides. But a lot to play for in the second half. 0-0 at the interval. I'll be going for a short break and we'll be back for second half action just over 10 minutes time. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back. Second half action, not too far away. Been a tough one to call. Been so tight in that first half there. No shot on target until the first 45. We go again for the second 45. City with a chance to go top of the Premier League, albeit momentarily. Forest to extend that gap to the relegation zone. Now that's a problem for Ruben Diaz. He's already got a yellow card. And there's questions already on Ruben Diaz. He quickly gets away for the scene of the crime. And they want a second booking there. Gee, I tell you what. Really see that could be a yellow card. Rob Jones held his cards close to his chest. So he's done it all game, to be fair. He's limited giving away the cards when he hasn't had to. All right, Anderson now. That delivery, Paul. Straight at Donnarumma in the end. I'm guessing you can tell that's their first attempt on target. That sort of leveled this game. No changes at the half-time interval. Same 22 that ran out of the tunnel. Same 22 on the pitch now. Just feel like you're needing more from the likes of Tijani Reinders, more from the likes of Bernardo Silva. Ryan Shirky and Phil Foden looked dangerous when they had the opportunities, but limited at that. Obviously, Erling Haaland, like you often see, has barely touched the ball, but you know that first touch could find the back of the net. So if you're Nottingham Forest, do not switch off. Great ball in the corner. Reinders, it's 1-0 City! And they had to do it. And that's what a champion team does. Like that, in a flash. Tijani Reinders, I called for more from him. And it's a first shot on target, and it's 1-0 City. And they cut through them like a hot knife through butter on a wet and miserable day in Nottingham. And a rare smile from Pep Guardiola, because his side's been poor. But they finally got it going. It's Shirky around the corner. Great little reverse ball in the channel. Reinders making that run for midfield. And what a silky smooth finish. Mentioned in the build-up, he has that knack of scoring in games like these. You look in the past, European pedigree on the Champions League stage. And he's done it at the City ground. City lead. And with that lead, they go top of the Premier League. Massive for the citizens. Massive for Guardiola. City 1-0. And all of a sudden the away end lifts. The Dutchman delivers once again. Really burst on the scene in that first game versus Wolves. Struggled since. Better in recent weeks. And he's capped off this good return to form with a goal here today. And boy, is that a goal they needed. As I've said at the start, had a really good feel at his game today, Tijani Reinders. And we know once one finds the back of the net, more to come. John going long. And all of a sudden now, Nottingham Forest, after that fabulous 45, have to find a way to settle themselves and fight back. We've seen it so many times before for AC Milan. Tijani Reinders loves those type of occasions. Big goals, a late run for midfield. Getting in the box. That's the first attempt on target in this game. City have had 7. But all the important attempt found the back of the net from Tijani Reinders there. That one on target. Careless challenge there from the Dutchman. And Forest back underway quickly. Literally took them 2.5 minutes. And they're back up. Great take from Tijani Reinders. There's Ryan Shirky now. It's still Ryan Shirky. Shirky. Oh! What to say for Matt Sells. Oh, it's a John Sorin goal. And they come to life here. Second half, Man City. Oh, once again, Tijani Reinders around the corner. Shirky. This is what does his best work. Running at the back line. And here's a great little tip onto the post. The goalkeeper, Jean-Victor. All of a sudden, City have come to life. And they're erupting the away end. Phil Foden over this corner kick. He's a left-footed in-swinger. The first time City have had a chance to whip something into the box. Vardio, Haaland. Ruben Diaz, Nico O'Reilly. Taking a keen interest. He's towards the back post. Vardio was charging in. That'll be another corner kick. So take 2 for City. Now it'll be Ryan Shirky. The City fans are loving his work. What a deal that was in the summer. It's over 30 million euros for the former Lyon man. Boy, has he got unbelievable talent. Bags of it. He's in swinger. They couldn't go bang bang, could they? It is an in-swinger. Vardio attacking it. Found the end. Forest go quick. Jesus. Great chance of Vardio. All ball. City have come to life here. More physical, more active. They're winning these 50-50 balls all of a sudden. This game needed a goal and it got it straight away in the second half. So we're in for a blockbuster second half of action. Shirky, Haaland. Foden making the run. So is Shirky. Just out the reach of the outstretched foot of Phil Foden. I think if you're Forest, you have to just endure the next 10 minutes. It's going to be tough. City are in full flight. All of a sudden, Tajani Ryan, there's Foden. Shirky picking up in dangerous spots. There you go, ladder on the screen. As it stands, City go top by a point. Obviously, with Arsenal play Brighton next. Jesus offside. Massive. These momentum swings, these early kickoffs, puts all the pressure on the trailing pack. Arsenal Villa later in the weekend to win their results. It's such an advantage playing first in the weekend. This title race. I say it a lot in these live streams on the podcast. For the mentality, especially when you go up against a team like Arsenal, who we know they've had the bottle gene in recent seasons. When you're not playing first, all pressure goes onto you. It's a tough away fixture for City, and I think leave this one with a handy 3 points. It's a great win by Gonzalez. Here comes City again. Dominguez holding him up. Haaland winning that 50-50 ball. Shirky now. What can the Frenchman do? A reverse ball for Haaland. Into the feet of Foden. Drops to Tajani Reinders. Lost his footing there for a minute. Gibbs White can come away with it for Forest. And here's Callum Hudson-Odoi now. On a roar around the City ground. There by Matheus Nunes. Gibbs White. Ball. Jesus. Dinged it in. It's Hutchinson! And Forest equalise! What a move! And those tricky trays strike back. What a move for Forest and Sean Dyche, men. Sensational build-up. Tajani Ryan has loses footing at one end. Forest strike at the other. Gibbs White heavily involved. He picks the ball up at one end and he delivers a dangerous ball into the other. It comes out of his own half here. Gibbs White delivers the ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Great ball into Morgan Gibbs White. Reverse channel. Jesus. And no one marking Hudson at the back stick. It was clinical. It was deadly from Forest. And this game come alive. Boy, it has. Great cutback from the big centre forward. And in these type of games, greasy pitch, wet ball. It's a very smart cushion finish from the wine man Hutchinson. Game on. One apiece. The perfect Forest counter-attack. And Hutchinson showing he's got what it takes. Ball into Haaland. Phil Tajani rides his way. Oh, and he's lashed that over the crossbar. Haven't we got a hot one here? Wow. Don't take your eyes off this one. No shot on target the first 45. We've had 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of the second 45. And once again, Nottingham Forest causing problems for Manchester City. This fixture's not been easy. That's a poor kick from John. Has come off Foden's hand, I think, but referee lets it play. Foden away from one. Feeds in Reinders. Tajani Reinders. Anderson looking high into the sky. Gonzalez wins that header. Hutchinson wins that loose ball. Crowded out by 2 grey City shirts. There's just stuff happening everywhere right now. Anderson. That's how to play. City throw. Forest fans unhappy. They thought that was a handball against Phil Foden, and I happen to agree with that. Here comes Nico O'Reilly. Pull back. One by Dominguez. Second ball, Anderson. Yeah, take a breath. This one's crazy. Ruben Diaz now. Forest fans lift. What a response from their side. Trailing for mere minutes. I tell you what, Eagle Jesus, he deserved that assist. He's had a hell of a game here versus the Citizens. Shirky now. Here's O'Reilly. That ball poor. Anderson can deal with that. Hutchison now has to get rid. So too Savona, and he does. That ball kept alive by Escovadio. Wins a second challenge there. Fabulous work. Study Ryan is away from trouble. No fouls to the referee. Here comes Elliot Anderson. Into the feet of the Welshman, Nico Williams. Callum Hudson Odoi now. Chopping inside. Away from one, but not the next. Nunez. Foden with a paddock. And here comes City in transition. It's Phil Foden. Foden strikes it. Great block from Murillo. And now Forest come the other way. It's basketball right now. One end and the other. Hutchinson away. Cutting inside of Nico O'Reilly. They tussle. Free kick. And a yellow card against the City fullback. Murray Hutchison. Some of the best football we've seen from the young man. The best football I've seen from him since championship days. He's come alive here. Now City have two defenders with a slice of cheddar. And boy, those Nottingham fans are rising as one here. I believe. Set piece here for Forest. I'll take a keen interest in this one here. There's Murray Hutchinson standing over it. Elliot Anderson's coming over and having a keen word. Does he whip this near post for goal? Does he send it in back stick for a header? Nott'M will have to be wary. It's going to be Murray Hutchinson. He has gone near post. Silver heads away. And he had such a waste there. The goal scorer. Dominguez. And Jesus' ball away from the goal scorer, Murray Hutchison. An hour gone, 1-1. Dyche and his coaching staff don't look pleased. They want more. Pep Guardiola is a little bit dumbfounded. His team haven't really dominated this game like I thought they would. Pressing there for Morgan Gibbs-White. His effort's not rewarded though. Gianluigi Donnarumma goal kick. Half an hour to go. We're back all square. He will be the hero. Or do we just have this game slow back down again? Because I was playing in ninth gear there for a minute. Nunez, Shirky, heavy touch. Nunez does well to win that ball back. Oh, great little ball there for Murillo. Finds Elliot Anderson. That chop inside was fabulous. Eagle Jesus' touch got away from him. He's somehow got it back. That ball just pinballing around. Savona now. Who's stayed tight to the touchline. O'Reilly can't dive in. Great ball in. It's Jesus. Oh. Corner kick Forest. And Sean Dyche is loving that. It's just aggressive. It's on the front foot for Savona. Oh, touch and take from Eagle Jesus is special. Yeah, an important block from Ruben Diaz because that could have been headed goalward. Elliot Anderson delivery. Forest's fourth corner of the game. The deep one. Donnarumma doesn't deal with it. Vardy has to get rid. Bit of frustration there from the Italian. Thinks he was getting held on. Bernardo Silva. Wicket that went up the pitch. Now for a Forest throw. It's our Forest turn to take the front foot. Hudson-Odoi can't keep that ball in play. Nico O'Reilly, can he deliver something of note here? It's deep. Shirky. Nunez. Back with the Frenchman. Can he just put a ball in there? He has put a ball in, but not good enough. And Jean-Victor can claim. Jesus is down, but he's back to his feet now eventually. Big clattering between him and Josko Vardy. And to be fair, the referee has let them play today. They've been physical, both of them. It's Rayan Shirky now. Now Pep barking instructions down there. O'Reilly. Flicked away by Gibbs White. Hooked clear by Hudson-Odoi. Repelled as far as Ruben Diaz. His header was poor. Fell the way of Murray Hutchinson. More cluttering together between Igor Jesus and Josko Vardy. They don't like each other, those two. Milenkovic. Jean-Victor. Great read by Nunez. Nicky Williams wins that ball back, however. What a crossfield ping from Elliot Anderson. Hudson takes it down. He digs one in. Jesus. Kept it alive for Gibbs White. Hutchinson. Still Hutchinson. Anderson. Gibbs White. Williams. Saved. Savona on the... Oh. On the follow-up was poor. There's a big chance missed. Because Donnarumma hadn't got set. Great little piece of build-up here. Nicky Williams curling effort. I honestly reckon Donnarumma could have let that go, but he parries it. And Savona's on side. I want to take a touch and then shoot. Compose himself a little bit more. Because Donnarumma would have been off balance. Because he was on the ground after diving to make that original save. City, the defence is creaking right now. .44% of the attacks on Nottingham Forest on the right-hand channel. They're targeting Nico O'Reilly. And they're using the form of Amari Hutchinson. It's that quick movement of the flanks. It's direct play. They look to the right first. Once they get rid of the City attack. Here's the Frenchman, Shirky. The City respond here. Shirky. Wasteful. Anderson. Shirky wins it back, however. Here comes Tijani Reinders. City have an opportunity. That's very wasteful for Tijani Reinders. That clearance ends the way of Hudson-Odoi. And there's a 3-on-5 here. Dominguez. Return ball to Hudson-Odoi. His touch is poor. Nico Gonzalez can mop up for City. Bernardo. Back with the Portuguese. Want someone to present. It's a great cross-field pass. Matheus Nunes read it better, though. In the end, fouling Nico Williams. And he's not happy. It's the right call there from the referee. There is Savinho. He looks like he's ready to go. Maybe expect Ryan Shirky coming off to allow that substitution to be made. Roger on the bench as well, but other than that, not many attackers of note. No Marmouche, no Oscar Bob. You still know Jeremy Doku as well. So, Rico Lewis, Savinho, Rodri, Nathan Ake, the experienced heads. "20 minutes to go. Still nothing separating these two sides here. Oh, wasteful there. Forest in transition now. They've looked their best in these moments. Igor Jesus. Nico Williams now. Gibbs White. It's with Elliot Anderson. Great header there from Josko Vardiol. Kevin Crowd just settling here. Bit of a down period in the second half, which has been crazy so far. Can't take your eyes off this one. It's Ryan Shirky. He'll be the one to come off. Nunez. Deep. Kept alive. Not enough, however. Victor with the save. Now, I'm hearing Tijani Reinders coming off. So the goal score's going to come off to allow Savinho on as well. So I'll be going to 3 attackers in behind Erling Haaland then. It'll be Bernardo and Nico Gonzalez. You'd assume to be a little bit deeper, and then Foden, Shirky, and Savinho all occupying that pocket in behind Erling Haaland, who has not had a chance created for him today. But you just know a half chance might fall his way, and the goal scoring form he's in, he will bag. Shirky. Nunez in the overlap. Gonzalez the pullback. Left in ball. There is Haaland. Couldn't get over it. So it is. Tijani Reinders makes way. He opened the scoring in the second half. What a move it was. Little late run into the box. Return ball. Ryan Shirky. This man, he has got a lot of quality, Savinho, but really has been underdone in terms of his opportunities. Oh, gee, poor first touch from Murillo there for a moment. O'Reilly. Bernardo. Here with Ryan Shirky. Feeds it into Phil Foden. Phil Foden! Oh, what to save him! John Victor. That is ridiculous. From the goalkeeper. Because Foden looked like he was destined to score. Great one-touch stuff in here. Foden gets away from Milenkovic. Looks to go back in the opposite corner. Wonder if he got the near post. But in the end, what a save from John Victor. Wow. Game still 1-1. To play for still. Ruben Diaz now. Nunez. Around the corner for Savinho. What can the Brazilian deliver? Let's go on the outside. Shut down by Nico Williams. Back with the Brazilian. Fresh legs on the pitch. Only substitute to come on so far. It's over a quarter of an hour to play in this lunchtime fixture. Great challenge from Williams. And he keeps the ball alive as well. Fabulous work from the Welshman. What a chance this one was here. Flicked in by Shirky. Foden one touch. Second. Almost perfect. In the end, he probably has to go cross goal. It's just a great reaction save from John Victor. Free kick falling the way of Hudson-Odoi there. So things maybe just going Forest's way. Forest bench a little bit deeper. Douglas Luiz, James McAtee, Tayo Awoniyi, Callum Wendo, Bakwa all on there. Zinchenko, Morato as well. If they want to go ultra defensive, but to refill some of those attacking legs, you'd think some of those players might be introduced. On the ball to the back stick. Erling Haaland's done more defensive work today. There's an attacking work. Little nick on that shot from Milenkovic wide. It's a Nottingham Forest corner kick. One touch from Josko Vardiol. That was destined for the target. Spins into the near post. Donnarumma double hand punch away. And here comes Phil Foden. Got the cavalry arriving now. Vardiol. Bernardo. Now Savinho. What can he do? He goes on the outside, Savinho. Right foot across. Taken by Murillo. Bernardo. Foden. Shirkiati on the left. Here's the Frenchman. Now with the Croat. Yeah, Vardiol. He wants more. City fans are rising in voice. They want more from their men. Foden. Nico Gonzalez. It is Nico. That's poor. That's catching practice for the crowd. Lineups are around the ground. Big call from Arsenal. We've gone Declan Rice, Saliba, Hincapie, and Calafiori as their back line. Mika Moreno, Martin Zubimendi, and Martin Odegaard are in midfield. Saka, Jokeres, and Trossard lead the line. Jorginho Rutter, Gomez, Gruda, De Kuyper, Kadioglu, Hiltrud, Ayari, Coppola, Dunk, Van Hecke, and Verbruggen in goal. So there might be a chance there to get at Arsenal. Not their normal starting 11. Liverpool are named Alisson, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Gravenberch, Jones, Chiesa, McAllister, and Wirtz with Ekitike. Wolves with Jose Sa, Krejci, Bueno, Mosquera, Doherty, Andre and Gomez, Santi Bueno, Mane, Hwang, and Rocadare. The games as well. Burnley and Everton. Humphreys joins Lauren and Ekdal as the back there. Mandelbreuer leads the line with Marcus Edwards and Brun Larsen behind him. And Beto's back in the starting 11 for Everton. Alcaraz, McNeil and Dibbling, so they're heavily rotated there. With a lot of missing players. Ken and Drewsbury Hall, a key miss. James Garner and Timo Rubinham, though, in midfield is going to be important for them. West Ham, Fulham. West Ham have gone with Bowen and Somerville with Paqueta up the top. Raul Jimenez, Kevin, Emil Smith-Rowe and Harry Wilson. One of the most informed attacking quads in the league right now. Robinson continues to hold his spot at left back, and obviously Leno in goal. And then for Brentford and Bournemouth, same back four as normal. Coyote, Collins, Ayer, and Henry. Thiago Schade and Lewis Potter. And then for Bournemouth, Krupi leads the line with Semenyo and Jimenez out wide. And there's Lewis Cook, Alex Scott, and Tavernier midfield for them. 10 minutes to play here, though. Will we get one more twist to our tail? Ryan Shirky into the feet of Phil Foden. Does he have the magic touch? Foden! Oh, dangerous cutback. Just checking the momentum here. Forest took it. It's back in City's favour, though. According to SofaScore. 1.25 XG for the Citizens. 0.6 for Nottingham Forest. But most importantly, one big chance each and one goal each. But maybe even this corner kick. Haaland being man-marshalled by Dominguez. It's Foden's floater, and that's Paul. He's had a tough day at the office, Phil Foden. So Eze, Martinelli, Jesus, Gabriel, Kepa, Norgard, Madueke, Wanyeri, and Miles of Skill on the bench for Arsenal. That is a great starting 11 on the bench for Arsenal. They've got a much better squad, but a few left field selections for Mikel Arteta, and maybe that's something that the 3-5-2 formation of Brighton can expose. Again, Kuba Minton, no Danny Welbeck, no Costelas. And that's Vifa as well. So, again, Brighton rotating the troops. Feels like 2 points lost here for City, but it almost feels like 2 points lost for Forest as well, because they've had some good moments. By no means, though, is it a negative for them. They've had a very good performance here. They've earned this point. City have just been... They've been good in moments. Patchy at best. Savinho. Little dinker looking for Haaland. Oh, and Milenkovic did very well. And as they're coming together, shoulder to shoulder, and any other centre-half, I think Haaland floors them. But Milenkovic just bounced off him and then made that challenge. Dangerous ball from Savinho. Shirky's corner kick. Hasn't been great delivery so far from the City corners. That's a bit better. It's a floater. In the end, it's Murillo who gets the touch. That's away for another City corner kick. Phil Foden corner. They just need a goal now, you think, City. Left-footed in-swinger from Phil Foden. Haaland, Vardiol, Diaz, all the major targets. It's Foden's corner. It's to Vardiol. It's Ryan Cherki! City lead! And what a hit from the Frenchman! They need a hero. And the hero wears a French cape. Cherki the magic man again. And City back in the lead. In what has been a tried and testing day. But it's their magical man once again. Ryan Cherki to come through. And what a moment for him. And what a moment for those City fans. It could be a massive goal in their season. They go back top of the Premier League as it stands. Listen to the eruption at away end. It's a great delivery to the back post. Vardiol keeps it alive. Cherki, an absolute rocket from the edge of the area. Saw a very similar goal last night from Patrick Dorgu. That's well controlled. That's a powerful finish. And to keep that ball down takes a lot of talent as well. And boy, is this lad really, really talented. He's special. And he's shown it once again. The assist for the first goal, fabulous. And that goal even better. City 2-1 up. And it just flattens the mood at the City ground. Look at the emotion. Look at the means these City players, this City side, and those City fans. That could be the pivotal moment. Ryan Cherki again. Fabulous Frenchman pulling through for the citizens. And they've just got to hold on for 5 more minutes. They didn't hold on for 5 minutes earlier this game, but is it going to be enough here? That's all kicking off between Murillo and Haaland. What a game for Ryan Cherki. There you go. Dominguez off, 1-0 on. Just wondering why the pause in game was. It was the substitution. And it's a magic from him. I don't know what the delay here is for. So drop ball's going to be. Murillo launches that. It was a poor kick. And here's Cherki. And he's at the magic touch today. He thought he was being held, and I thought I would agree with him. Rob Jones says nothing doing. O'Reilly. Cherki. He stood up today. Him and Tajani Ryan have had fabulous games. And the City have really struggled to constantly create. It feels like every time they have, it's been either Foden. More often than not, it's been Ryan Cherki. Here's Nico Williams. Ran into the Matheus Nunes brick wall. Bernardo. And here comes Savinho now. So he does his best work down the touchline. Shoving the back, but he'd lost the ball before that. And Matheus Nunes is very well there to get ahead of Callum Hudson-Odoi. And then Nunes chance lift. Bernardo Silva just said, I'll get rid. There's Shirky's day done. And he's going to come off to a rapturous applause on our way end. He has been the man today. Fabulous assist. And then a superb finish. Yes, the keeper gets the hand onto it, but it was a rocket. Look at those stats there. 67 touches. All over the park. When it mattered most, he found the back of the net and he found that pivotal pass for the Tijani Randers opener. Talk about the heartbeat. He's been that today for City. The Shirky off. Ake on to just reassure this City lead. It is a horrible, horrible place to travel, the City ground. And it's been no easier today for City, but as I keep saying, if this team's going to become champions, which week by week we're believing more, it's wins like this and the character of this side that we're seeing. Just give us some more hints there. They've got what it takes. Foden. O'Reilly just chopping inside, lovely. Back on the outside. Kept that ball alive momentarily. Here's Phil Foden. Phil Foden. Ran out of space. Ran into the Milenkovic brick wall. Maybe too many touches in the end. Had a weird game, Foden. Had a lot of good moments. Hasn't had that magical touch as of yet. Let's go Vardiol. Ruben Diaz. Matheus Nunes now. In the last 20 seconds of normal time. He expects about 4 minutes, 3 minutes of stoppage time. Not too much, though. Diaz. Now Savinho, he just says, let's calm it. And City will be fine to keep ball here for the last few minutes. Don't need to chase this game anymore. Was careless there. Slammed away Matheus Nunes, though. 5 minutes added on. That's a great ball for Savinho. It's Haaland and Foden on his left-hand side. Savinho on the outside. Savinho still. Savinho. I'll say by Victor. Nunes. Savinho. That with Nico Gonzalez. Back with the Brazilian. Now the Portuguese, Bernardo Silva. Nunes. I think Savinho just killed his run enough. City just playing keepy off at the moment. Savinho. Bernardo. Nico. Great turn from Foden. Can he wrap it up? Phil Foden. Blocked. And Jean Victor can claim. Minute down. 4 to go for City. 4 minutes between them and the top of the Premier League. Ake on and winning a header. Vardy the second ball there. And a push. Subs a clock. Packer on. City nearly there. Donnarumma searching for Haaland. It's repelled. Now to play, however, for another City throw. In reflection, it's been a game that needed, as you see the two on screen there, a bit of magic from City. It's been, far from convincing, but I think that's sort of what happens this time of year, right? Games so often in the festive period, you need magic at times, you need moments to win games. And City have just shown that once again, that when it comes down to it, they've got what it takes. I'm just loving this current starting 11 with Ryan Shirky, with Phil Foden. The form they're in the last 2 months has just been unbelievable. And Haaland's barely had a sniff today, but they've done enough. It's the question we always ask about City, especially at the start of the season. Can they win games without Erling Haaland winning it off his own boot? And today's been a prime example. He's done more defensive work than attacking work. Diaz and Vardy have done their jobs defensively. And despite Forest doing whatever they can to get at them in transition, being physical, hunting second balls, City have had the answers. And they've had the moments. And they've deserved the victory. If it ends up this way. Murillo sends that ball back in. Backer in the air. Awoniyi competing. Gonzalez on the pitch to Erling Haaland, who's one out. He's got 5 red jerseys around him. But he'll be fine to hold that ball up. And he just dribbles that ball a little bit further forward. Stays in play. Anderson. Murillo. It's a great crossfield pass, but not good enough. Foden. Gibbs White keeps his feet. Vantage played. Gibbs White. Haaland just shoves him. Long ball. Milenkovic is up. And that will be ushered out for a goal kick. And that might as well do it. They've done it, City. They have conquered a very, very difficult game. Over 65% of the ball. Double the attempts. Most importantly, to be 2-1 on the score sheet. That's hooked forward. Hutchison had a chance there. O'Reilly. Slightly against Erling Haaland. We continue to play. It's Bakwa. Great block there. And away now. Nico Williams. Savinho. Up the pitch, Murillo. Rob Jones isn't interested in blowing the whistle just yet. Another 20 or 30 seconds. That's a playing time, you'd think. Whipped in. Igor Jesus. The referee tells him to get up. And that's that. Full time. Boy, was it entertaining. It was engaging throughout. But at the end, Man City do enough. And it's down to that man there, the fabulous Frenchman, Ryan Shirky. The magical moment. He sets up Tijani Reinder's goal straight after half-time. And he scored the winner himself. Late on in the 83rd minute. Pep's men, well, it was far from their best performance, but they got it done in the end. Despite Amari Hutchison equalising 6 minutes after Tijani Reiners opened the scoring. City get the 2-1 victory. And they move top of the Premier League. Albeit maybe for just over a couple of hours, but they deserve the result today. Classic City winning a tough away game. And look at Pep, he loves it. His team go top of the Premier League and deserve it with a deserved result like that. Shirky the hero, City top of the Premier League. A fabulous Soccer Sunday here on the Players Channel. Thank you for joining me, guys. Remember, I'll be back next week for another live stream, so keep your eyes peeled. I don't know what, it's quite important time, whether there'll be a Premier League or a Serie A matchup, but we will be back once again. Thank you, all of you, for joining me. City win, and they go top of the Premier League. It's been Soccer Saturday. Thank you for joining me, guys, at home.